So I bought these really cute jars, only they're Ziploc bags, so they're really nice. And I thought, oh, those work really well in my camper little thing to put spices in to keep them from getting moisture, because I was finding that everything was kind of getting moisture on it. So I just labeled them at the top and I can refill them as I go. The only problem is now I'm on my second refill, and look here. Itty bitty trailer.
Great big living space.
So I bought these cute little 4-part spice holders, hoping that I could just refill them and leave them in the trailer between trips. We go about every 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes 4, but usually 2 to 3. And we leave the trailer open all the time. So I thought, oh, these would be great because you can open them up and some items you can pour out. And then on the other side, you've got little shaker areas. And I thought that would be perfect for in the camper. They won't take up much room and they would fit really nicely in my little caddy over here that I have for to take outside for when I'm cooking. However, unfortunately, they aren't sealed, which means that moisture gets in and then I have a rock and I have to dig it with a knife or my fingernail or something to get it out. So now I picked up these little bags. These are from Amazon. I'll put a link someplace. And they're just Ziploc bags. So you can just zip them open. They open up right here at the top. And they zip. And then you can see what's inside or how much you have. They also, and I'll get one here so you can see, they also kind of stand. So they spread out at the bottom so you can stand them up. And they stand really nice, as long as there's enough in there to stand for it to hold it open at the bottom. Now, I will share in a second about a problem that I've found with these. But for the most part, you can see I have my spices all here ready to spoon out and use as necessary. Now I'm still going to use my little salt shaker. I put some rice in there with it so that while the rice won't come through the holes at the top, because the holes at the top are big, you can see here, this came with my rack. It has pretty good size holes in the top, but rice doesn't come out of it. So rice will keep, I put some brown rice, so you might see it. I can't really find any in there right now, but some brown rice or white rice will help hang on to the moisture so that your salt doesn't clump. It's what they used to do in the old days. My grandmother did it before Morton's came out with a superheated salt. And then I'll also have one of those with pepper in it, which doesn't clump together. And so that my salt and pepper will be sitting here together. And then I'll have a refill for salt and for pepper. And this is actually my pepper bag that I haven't filled yet. And it'll go in here as well to take with me on my trips. But I just wanted to share this with you. Now, there is also a problem, and I will jump to another video and add it to the end of this so that you can see the problem that I encountered with these cute little knot jars. And hopefully you will not have a problem with yours when you get yours. But anyway, so I will share that problem. These are my problem children. I filled these and I can't use them. And I'll tell you why in the next part of this video. The only problem is now I'm on my second refill, and look here, it's leaking. Not a happy camper. I don't want it leaking. I can't afford it leaking in my camper. I can't afford it leaking just because there's food and I don't want it to leak. This is the second one so far, and this one actually leaks more than the first one did. So I've had to throw away the ones, well, I haven't thrown them away, but I've kept them aside. This was the other one that leaked. It leaked cinnamon sugar, but it was just leaking the cinnamon. So cinnamon is real fine. And I thought, oh, well, you know, that one that isn't working is fine. But now I have two, and this is granulated garlic. And you can see here, it's all over my table. So now I'm gonna have to go through and redo it, this one, and fill them to see what is going on, which ones, how many are leaking and how many are usable. Anyway, well, hopefully it's not another Amazon mess up. All right, I'll let you know on the other side. All right, so my significant better other said you can check each of these to make sure that they don't leak before you put your stuff in. So we're gonna open it up. It's a little bit stiff the first time you open it because they've got a thing in there. And I'm just gonna give myself some air. Now, when you open the bottom, this is the part that gets difficult. So this is where you might get the spill, is down here in these bottom corners. So you want to be careful not to pull them too far. And then once you do that, we're just going to leave the air in there and then zip it up. So we're going to kind of keep a little air in there and then zip up the top. And then I'm going to just kind of roll this up and see if the air comes out. And it does. So this one's probably got a hole in it too, because the air leaked out. I'm going to try one more time. Keep some air in there and try rolling it up and see if the air comes out. And it does, which means this one has a leak and we don't want to use it. So that's a way that you can tell if it has a leak. You want to make sure you get that zip good and tight and then roll it. And if it has a leak, the air won't stay in. So there's one of those plastic jars or Ziploc jars that is not going to work for anything. Now you could use this for something like candies or something bulky or snacks, but remember that moisture is going to get in there, so they're not going to be airtight. So the one that we tested for air, we put some water in it, and there you see it, it's just leaking like a sieve. And it comes right out in the little bottom section of that corner where on the inside. And even though I was being very careful not to pull it, some of these just have pulls. And so you want to be careful. Now, if I was putting gumballs in there for the kids to have a snack or something like that, it wouldn't be a problem. But I'm putting spices that would just very fine, that would just pour right out. And definitely want to be careful with liquids. So a lot of you have been asking me about my little grill caddy here, and it holds some larger utensils, our spoons, forks, and knives, some little things that like my spices and other things, and my paper plates. You can also put regular plates in there, and this is a napkin holder, but I've got my cocoa and my coffee in there. And I'll put a link so you'll know where I got it. But it's an Amazon find like everything else. And it's fun because I can take it inside the camper and use it in the camper. Or I can put it outside on the little table next to my stove. And if all else fails for our travels, it sits in the shower as we're traveling. And everything is really good. And then when I need to refill, I just bring it in the house. And it works really well. All right. See you next time.